We are in the fourth month of the year, and I am continuing my journey on iSurrender All. I made a commitment to record and share my journey at least once a month because I am also surrendering the fear of public speaking and being vulnerable. So here we go. This month, I want to talk about surrendering doubt and imposter syndrome. The last video, I did share that I transitioned from full-time employment to a freelance employee as of March 2023. And through the course of 12 months, God has carried me financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, all of the things. And I was able to rest. I was able to increase and strengthen my prayer and my devotional life. I was able to work on community 24/7. The last couple of weeks, I have been through multiple interviews, a series of interviews actually, for a new position that also included like a presentation of my ideas. And I am happy to say that I was offered the position. And my original response was gratitude, extreme excitement, and relief. And then fear and doubt crept in. I started to think, okay, is this another setup just to be let down? Is this a dark, twisted, not so funny and traumatic April Fool's joke? Is this position even legit? And it made me think about Thomas in the Bible when the disciples told him that they saw the resurrected Christ. And his response was pretty much, I won't believe it until I see it, until I can see the holes in his hands, till I can put my hand in his side. I won't believe it. And that was me. I did not share the news with anyone besides maybe one or two people, and that includes my 14-year-old daughter. And I was still very vague in the explanation of what was going on because I still wasn't believing it 100%. And just like Thomas, I had to see it for myself until I signed the offer letter, until I pass the background check, until I get the badge, until I go to orientation, until I show up for work. I was like, well, I'm just not going to share it because I don't want to get my hopes up and I don't want to get too excited just to be let down. And that's exactly what it was. Disappointment is a trick of the enemy. He will have you so disappointed that you will stop believing people, opportunity, and things. Even if it's a good thing, you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so that takes away your excitement. It takes away your hope. It takes away you just going and telling the good news to other people. And so if you read further down in John, Jesus told Thomas, because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. And so I said, all right, God, I hear you. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believed. And so I prayed about it some more, and I did. My perspective changed over time, and I went from being fearful about it, but just being grateful for the opportunity to even have the interviews, grateful for the job offer, and looking forward to whatever is to come, and just praying for guidance and wisdom in any position and opportunity that God has in store for me, including the one that I was offered. So I went to the library and I got this book, and it's called She Thinks Like a Boss: How to Influence Teams Effectively and Combat Imposter Syndrome. And what she talked about in this book was the definition of imposter syndrome. And she defines imposter syndrome as, it is a way of thinking that downplays our skills and makes us feel like a fraud. It often forces you to focus on what could go wrong, how you, in your own mind, are not capable, and it makes you believe that at any moment you could be exposed, or the ground will be pulled from up under you. And she also notes that imposter syndrome seems to affect women more than men, and particularly women of color, due to ongoing systemic racism, unconscious bias that women of color have been exposed to over time. What I do like about this book, it was a really good read, actually. I read it in probably 4 days. I like to read. But what I liked about the book was that she provided quotes from famous women who also struggle with imposter syndrome. Women like Maya Angelou, Lady Gaga, and even Michelle Obama. Maya Angelou quoted, "I have written 11 books, but each time I think, uh-oh, they're going to find out now. I've run a game on everybody and they're going to find me out." That was Maya Angelou. Lady Gaga quoted, "I still sometimes feel like a loser kid in high school, and I just have to pick myself up and tell myself that I'm a superstar every morning so that I can get through this day and be there for my fans what they need me to be." And then our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, said, "I still have a little imposter syndrome. It doesn't go away. That feeling that you shouldn't take me that seriously. What do I know? I share that with you because we all have doubts in our abilities, about our power, and what that power is." And so I took that as God talking to me. Number one, through his word, he had to reinforce to me what he said to Thomas. But secondly, through reading this book, that I'm not alone in how I am feeling and what I'm going through. The experience is not unique to me, and that God is with me and that he will lead me to the resources available for me to do the job at hand. And so I am surrendering doubt and imposter syndrome and holding on to the opportunities that God has for me. Thank you.